Like, how are you guys handling this? Because I can't. Like, they are hunting us down like animals. Like, and are you all okay with this? Just because we look this way? Just because of our names? Like, what? I'm so angry. Like, there is so much rage watching those videos of raids in construction sites, like on the street, and by Proud Boys, by white supremacists. They're hunting us down because we look this way, because we speak this way, because we go like. I don't understand how people are still defending this man. Like, I don't get it. Make me understand. Because I cannot wrap my head around you hunting people down because they look the way they look. Like, what?
You're only upset because it's happening to your culture. We tried to warn everyone, especially black women. Hi, I am the 92%. We told you this would happen. See, it's not that we don't care. It's not that we don't have empathy and compassion for what's going on with the deportations. No, we greatly understand it because we've been experiencing it, baby, for 400 years. So when you say, how are you handling this? Welcome to our world. This is what African Americans have been living under for over 400 years in this country. See, the problem is that all y'all were asleep. We were wide awake. We tried to tell you. Black women and men warned you. We've been screaming. Y'all didn't listen till it happened to you. Now, welcome.
I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote.
Raise your hands, come on!
For Donald Trump.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks a lot for choosing us today. We all remember how the majority of Latinos voted for the orange man in charge. Now, seeing people like this woman come here online looking for sympathy is really strange, you know, because you did this to yourselves. You voted for this. Now you're coming here and crying about how people, you know, can just watch you guys be deported, you know, be raided by ICE in construction sites, in restaurants. Well, you're looking for sympathy, but when you actually had the chance to, you know, help yourselves, you did not help yourselves. I know a lot of you guys have been coming here in the comment section and telling me that illegal immigrants do not vote. They did not vote for this because they were not able to vote. Yes, you are right. Illegal immigrants do not vote. But remember that when we are talking about the Latino community, we are talking about the community. Because the Latino community actually has, you know, naturalized citizens who are Latinos and also birthright citizens who are born in the United States who are still Latinos. And, you know, we also have these illegal immigrants also who are Latinos. The same case for Venezuelans, the same case for the Cubanos. Now, these people who are actually citizens, you know, the naturalized citizens, the birthright citizens of the Latino community, of the Cubano community, of the Venezuelan community, they're the ones that actually voted against the best interest of their own community. When we are talking about here on this space that these people did this to themselves, you know, Venezuelans regretting their votes is because they were lied to. We all remember that Venezuelan woman who was actually on TV doing an interview and saying that they lied to them, they betrayed them. She was saying that because the Venezuelan Americans who are naturalized citizens or who are born in the United States are the one who voted, you know, for the orange man in charge, thinking that he was not going to revoke the TPS program, the temporary protective status. Well, let's take a look at this video, guys, and see how this woman was actually put in her place by, you know, the black community coming and telling her to stop looking for sympathy, because black community actually tried to help you. 92% of them, 92% of black women tried to help you guys, but you did not help yourself. I'm your presenter, Joel Mugisha. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing, like this video, and also keep the conversation going in the comment section below. Let's take a look. I'll be back with more commentary.
How are you guys handling this? Because I can't. Like, they are hunting us down like animals.
Black American leaders did more for the Latino Hispanic community than their own leaders. The rights that they have today that they're able to exercise is because of Black American leaders. You think white folks just gave you the right to vote? No, Black Americans were applying pressure. You think you just woke up one day and all of a sudden you were given civil rights? No, Black Americans made that sacrifice. While y'all leaders were leading you into whiteness, Black American leaders were protesting for civil rights that you now benefit from. You are the beneficiaries without even making any sacrifices. And that's why it's so easy to disregard something or throw something away when you didn't work for it. That's why it's so easy for them to vote for Trump and vote against their best interests, because the rights that they have, they didn't sacrifice for them. They didn't make any sacrifices, neither did their leaders.
¿Por qué están arrestando personas inocentes que solo huyen de una dictadura, de una tiranía asesina comunista?
Tras la detención de la joven cubana Laura de la Caridad González Sánchez, líderes del movimiento anticomunista I-220A expresaron su apoyo.
Como movimiento legal en el estado de la Florida, necesitamos por favor que se tomen en cuenta que si no hemos cometido crimen, que tenemos nuestras vidas organizadas, nuestro asilo pendiente, que por favor no tenemos por qué vivir con este terror.
I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote.
Raise your hands, come on.
For Donald Trump.
Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. That's what y'all did. Those people didn't even get paid to do that. Crazy. The wordplay that the GOP specifically used in Florida, especially Miami, on Venezuelans and Cubans is unreal. They told you guys that they're only going after the criminals. You guys are the criminals. When you come to this country illegally, that's the crime. But what you do is you seek asylum because you're saying you're running away from a very bad government. But you still have to get here to seek asylum. And when you seek asylum, you give your name, where you're living, where you're working. That's how this works. So that's what they did. They didn't go around trying to find a bunch of illegal immigrants everywhere, because that's difficult to do. Apart from the farms and the construction sites, it's hard to find illegal immigrants in the country. They don't leave a paper trail. But people that seek asylum do. And that's why they went to y'all houses in Miami and picked y'all up, because they knew where you were at. Your paperwork wasn't completed. But hey, I will vote for Donald Trump. You voted for your people to get deported because he don't give a shit what you look like. Y'all could look white, you can have the proximity to whiteness, but you are from Cuba and he don't give a shit. So thoughts and deportations. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. Y'all stand 10 toes down in your vote. Don't start bitching now.
Animals.
No hate, no shade, I promise. But welcome to being treated like black people are treated in America. You weren't special. You weren't. It didn't matter if you were born here or born in Mexico. If you speak Spanish, they think you're an immigrant. And they're treating you the way they treat black people in America, because y'all thought y'all was special. So I don't know how y'all gonna deal with it, and I'm serious. And I hope y'all learn from this. I really do, as a community, that y'all learn that no matter what happens, You will never be white, and you will always be Hispanic. You will never, ever have white privilege.
Because I can't.
What do you want us to say? Y'all voted for him. Like literally like 47% of Hispanics and so forth voted for him. And the women were probably like maybe 30 to 40%. Y'all voted for him. Y'all did. Y'all didn't listen to us. Y'all don't even like us. So again, how do we feel about it? We told y'all. Y'all thought y'all was going to get another stimulus check or whatever have you. It was proven how many of y'all voted for him. Proven. Proven. You hear what I'm saying? Proven. I already went through the demographics of how many Latinos and so I went through each culture of how the radius circle of who voted for Trump. Y'all's men and y'all did. And I know you did. So you can't say that you didn't. You did. I know you voted for him. You did. Because I went through your entire profile. You became an American citizen. Green card or whatever. Not birth certificate. But yeah, you did. You voted for him. I know you did. And then in your other videos, it's like you're like this. 1 minute you're smiling. 1 minute you're, you know what? Yeah. I am not coming from a mean place. But don't get on here crying, acting like you didn't make y'all people didn't make this happen. Next time, listen to people that look like us. Or, you know what? Not even that look like us. Get on your knees and pray and ask God what to do. That's what you should have done. Okay? So, roll it out. Roll it out. Ride it out. That's all you know how they say, ride it out. See what comes out on the end. Go talk to your men's and them. And I'm not being mean. I'm just letting you know the true facts. You know, it's not like you don't know. Your people voted for him. Like, come on. Like, ask your people, are they okay? Say to the Hispanic folks, say to my people only. Are you okay with this? Say it that way. Make the narrative that way. Fix it. I'm just saying, don't make it broad. Like for, you should have hashtag Latino community or something like that. I'm just saying. I'm looking out for my people in the gingers. I'm just saying. Because we didn't do it. We didn't do that.
Now at 10, ICE operations continue in San Antonio for a second day in a row. Agents are seen arresting migrants at immigration court.
And look at this scene on the northwest side. 3 people who appear to be part of a landscaping company. They were taken into custody in this parking lot of the shopping center. Tonight, Intensify reporter Megan Reina is following all these developments for us. Megan?
Well, Henry Easties, this is part of the Trump administration's push for mass deportations. We heard from 2 immigration attorneys who watched as their clients were taken into custody today after they showed up to their scheduled immigration hearings.
Crying out, "I don't want to die in Honduras," an emotional mother taken by ICE agents at immigration court Thursday. Another mother also placed in the same van. Her husband says she has no prior criminal history.
Mis hijas esperándolos en la casa. 6 niñas tengo que dependen de nosotros.
But like most arrested, she had just had her case dismissed by a judge.
We were requesting a merits hearing, and the judge declined to set a merits hearing because DHS asked for the case to be dismissed and the client to be ordered removed, saying that it was not in the government's interest to hear a full case.
These videos shared to us show agents in the lobby of the immigration court waiting for migrants, one agent even holding what appears to be a list with pictures. Shortly after, you see agents escort an entire family into a charter bus. ICE says these arrests are a part of the Trump administration's plans to reverse former President Biden's so-called catch and release program. They are now utilizing expedited removals. It allows them to fast-track deportations for people who have been in the country for less than 2 years. These arrests are evoking fear among people who have upcoming hearings. One attorney who's representing a man from Central Africa says the option for migrants to appear virtually for hearings appears to be gone. Her client also had his case dismissed.
I feel like we portraying people who's here with credible fears. Just knowing his story, I feel like I let him down.
But
I thought they said they were going after criminals. Those are babies. Those are children, mothers, landscapers. These immigrants are showing up to their immigration appointments trying to stay in this country the right way. And how do they get rewarded for being upstanding, doing things the right way? They get set up and they get deported. Of course, they lied when they said you get to stay if you do things the right way and you're not a criminal. These are innocent babies between the ages of 9 and 12 being zip-tied like criminals, while an actual criminal, 34-time felon rapist, leader of our country, is pardoning other criminals, the cop killing J6ers and Todd and Julie Chrisley. This is what a lot of you Mexicans and Latinos voted for. Not only are you failures, you are the biggest danger to yourselves, your own family, and your community. What an absolute disgrace you are, MAGA Latinos. They are rapidly deporting Black and brown people, many who are indigenous to this continent, while simultaneously importing white supremacists from South Africa, which is an entirely different continent for those who don't know.
Kinds of countries. Why? Because the Cubans just got singled out by the Trump administration. Why? Almost 50,000 of them claimed asylum, came here from Cuba because they said their lives were in danger in Cuba, so they claimed asylum. Cuba has special laws in place with America, so after you've been here for 1 year, you get a permanent resident card. You don't have to go through a bunch of hoops to get it. You get it really quick. Problem is, their data is completely tracked, and you know what they all did? They all went home. They all went back to, after they got their permanent resident card, they all flew back to Cuba to visit mom, dad, Theo, grandpa, everybody. And it's all been tracked. And that's why these 50,000 people almost from Cuba have just put the radar on the fact that people are coming here, claiming asylum, and then flying back to their country. And this is what angers so many people from other countries, because they know now that this data has been released, that all their trips have been tracked.
Political governmental manipulation. Here we go again. So now the Cubans are going to suffer because the Supreme Court gave Trump the okay to deport over 500,000 people, and some of those people are going to be Cubans. Cubans are going back home. And listen to this. You know what I realized? So one government says, come on in, come on, y'all are welcome, and they come in and that government gets elected because people are saying, oh my God, they're helping the Cubans. Fidel is doing them so bad, and here comes Biden, Clinton, all of them. Let's go, let the Cubans in, let them in. All right. So then they come in, and now they're going out. Right? Then also now, Biden open up the borders, let everybody in. Then Trump come in, they're going out. And innocent people that has been here, now a light is shined on them. The political parties just use the people just for their benefits, and they don't care about the people. We see this time and time again. This is crazy. So now Cubans that has been here, has the protection of being here because they flee, they're gone. Whatever they have established, families, whatever, gonna be broken up and gone. Back to a place that we know is hardship. Yo, this is just crazy. And the Supreme Court, that part, the highest court, one government said these people can come in and gave them asylum. Then the Supreme Court is saying, no, you can send them back. So what does that say? Who do you believe? Not the government.
Alright guys, there you have it. Actually, you know, Latinos, It's time for you guys to stop looking for sympathy, especially from black folks and Democrats, and coming here, claiming you regret your votes, coming here like this lady, asking people why they don't feel your pain, why they don't sympathize with you, why there is no solidarity when you guys are protesting, when you guys are being raided by ICE, when you guys are being mass deported. This solidarity that actually you are looking for now, you should have been looking for that back then in 2024 during election period. That is when you could have actually looked for solidarity with black people, solidarity with Democrats, especially because you knew what the orange man did back in 2017. But it seems like you guys never learned the lesson. You guys still wanted that thing within you. What was that? You wanted white privilege. You wanted white adjacency. You wanted to feel, the closest to the Caucasian man. You wanted to feel superior to other people of color. You thought you were better than black folks. You thought you were better, than other illegal immigrants. So you are looking for that favor. You are looking to be invited at the table. But what happened? They betrayed you. That's why Venezuelans were on TV doing interviews saying that the orange man lied to them. He betrayed them because he promised them a lot. Well, newsflash, you are not one of them. You will never be one of them. Why? Because you are Latinos. You should actually be proud of your heritage. You should actually be proud of who you were. Stop having that inferiority complex that actually keeps on leading you to vote against your best interest, because you guys, you think that, because you guys, I don't know what you think, because you think that, having that white proximity is actually better. And this is actually a very common thing in the Latin community, because even back in South America, you guys, you don't treat Afro-Latinos very well, do you? Well, you effed around, now you're finding out. You did this to yourselves. You come to the United States claiming asylum, saying that you are fleeing your countries, and saying that your lives are in danger. What do you do when you get those papers? What do you do when you get that temporary protective status? What do you do when you get that Cuban Adjustment Act? Well, what do you do when you get the green card? You think that the government is not watching anymore. I can just slide back into Cuba. I can just slide back to Venezuela and go, say hi to my grandma, say hi to my puppies, say hi to my uncle. But yeah, they're always watching because they have everything in record. And as the woman was actually stating, when they wanted to go after illegal immigrants, you are the first one on paper. You are the first ones that actually they knew where you actually lived. There in Miami, back in Florida. Well, this is what you get when you vote for racism. This is what you get when you vote for hatred. Well, how does it feel? Doesn't feel good, does it? So stop actually asking for sympathy, because it's not that, black folks don't care. It's just that they think you guys are ignorant, because they try to help you guys. They try to help you back at the ballot box. This is no longer their fight. This is you actually reaping the consequences of your actions. Well, that's why black folks are just resting right now. People are resting. Democrats are resting because they try to help you guys, but you didn't want to listen. So now you are getting exactly what you voted for. Now you have to learn about that. And for the people who are, saying in the comment section below that these illegal immigrants, they don't vote. Yes, you're right. And as I said, it's not the illegal immigrants who voted. When we are talking about Latinos voting for Trump, we are talking about the Latin community, because every Latino group actually has naturalized citizens and, birthright citizens who are born in the country, second and third generations Latinos who actually have their, parents or grandparents who came to the country as immigrants. So these are the ones that actually voted against their best interest of their own community. Same goes for the Cubanos, same goes for the Venezuelans. So before you come for me in the comment section, try to teach me how illegal immigrants don't vote. Just remember that. What do you think about today's episode? Keep the conversation going in the comment section below. Drop me your opinions. I'm your presenter, Joel Mugisha. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing. Hit that like button and see you on the next episode.